Love it.
What is this, episode 9?
Nine.
Episode 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I want to welcome you to the motherfucking 9th episode of the Now We Go podcast. You're listening to the smooth, cool, refreshing sounds of Uncle Zach Maslany, sitting here with my partner in crime. And we're doing some crime, so we might get arrested. J.M. Holland.
Crime, dude.
Crime pays.
That's awesome.
Crime pays. And also, my boy over here, the reason why we're able to do this thing in the first place, because we don't have any of this equipment, we don't know how to work it. The man, the myth, Michael Fauerbach.
Thank you.
Dude, I didn't even think about that intro. That was off the cuff, dog.
Very smooth.
That was good.
That
You're
was
getting really good at
Working on my intros. It was kind of like Road Dogg Jesse James / whatever. Remember the Road Dogg? You don't technically have to wear those. It's kind of like a.
Oh, cool.
It's like a mask, dude. It's like you don't have to wear it if you.
No,
want.
you have to wear them down here.
Yeah, but you might go to jail. You might go to jail.
Guidelines.
Let's start off with UFC. Fuck it.
Ah!
Yeah. Dude, UFC, shout out to the UFC, Dana White, for just bringing back fights because we were dying over here. We needed something.
Yeah.
You know, I was even I would have been watching I don't even know. I've watched everything, and I'm sick of TV and Netflix and shit. I've been just trying to read more and, because the TV sucks. I mean, I've watched every Dateline NBC or 2020 imaginable, so I was really pumped to have the UFC back. And Jacksonville, Florida, shout out to all you crazy fucks down in Florida. You don't give a shit about anything.
Whoop, whoop.
They're having fights, which was really cool, man. I'm glad they did it. And I know a lot of people are upset. A lot of people virtue signaling. I can feel it in my bloodstream. You guys, I can't believe there were even people that were mad that Trump went on. And I saw a couple of people of that, and I was like, I was quick on the trigger with the Facebook unfollow with the blah 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 blah, just getting rid of people, blah blah blah. When they're like, people were coming on right away like, fuck you, Dana White, fuck you, Donald Trump.
Why?
I can't believe you would, because they're like, didn't you see that Jacare was sick? I wonder how many people he infected. How many people are gonna die because of UFC, dude?
No one.
A lot of people are gonna die because of UFC.
It's okay. It's all right.
No one's gonna die because of UFC. The fuck, man?
And then someone commented on it. It was like, you do know that they've been friends for like 20 years, Trump and Dana White. So whatever. I mean, he was just kind of being positive. He was just saying like, hey, we got to bring our sports back.
It's the first sport back.
That's
history.
Yeah, but that's what Donald Trump does too. He's like a cheerleader. He's like, hey guys, like me, I'm out here. Thanks. We got to bring sports back, and this is for America. And people are like, he wants people dead. Dude, I'm taking some slack on Facebook, and people. I've even had a couple of people told me to lay off, but I can't.
You've been going hard in the paint.
I have to. Two things. One, I have to unscare people. Because not they're going to be afraid, and they're not going to come back, and they're not going to want to do stuff. So some of you people out there, I got to unscare you. Now, some of that crap, like the pandemic and all that stuff, some of that stuff might be going a little bit too far, but I'm going to share it anyways, just because, hey, listen, people go out and put out fake news all the time. You're always going, hey, I'm going to, I didn't come to your house on New Year's Day when you're like, I'm going to get in shape, and then you don't.
Yeah.
Facebook should have flagged your ass for being fake news. You ain't doing that shit, so it's your choice to believe in what you want. But I believe in the UFC, and that last fight was insane. I can't believe Ferguson ate them shots, man.
The whole thing, it started at 6. It was so awesome to have that many fights back.
I know. I was ready to rock. I went out. We got wings from PJ Wheelie Hands or JP Houlihan's, and I got wings. Had the beers on deck, dude.
Why are you always messing people's names up?
Because I steal that from Joey Diaz, dude. It's a classic thing that he does, dude. Because it's a twofold hitter, because people hate when you mess up their name.
Yeah.
And then also too, it's like a backdoor dig on them. But I'm also promoting them at the same time. That's what's funny. Like,
I appreciate
what
it.
did Joey Diaz think of this funny Joey Diaz? Like, stay open, that motherfucker.
I pronounce all those names wrong.
Did he ever try to say Francis Ngannou? What did he say on that?
I don't know. I haven't heard him in a while.
There's so many of them though. He'd always be saying guys' names wrong. But yeah, Ferguson and Gaethje. Holy shit!
I was fucked up. I went.
Oh, you were tuned up by that time?
I went too far. We started drinking rum early. Then an edible was involved. and I was on the moon.
Yeah, see, I
with
don't.
one eye closed.
Yeah, I don't really drink and take edibles at the same time.
It's not. It's if you fuck
It's
up.
not,
If you fuck up like I did, which because there was someone down here who never took them before, and my buddy was like, "Look, you could take one." And he had a blast, and he was like,
Yeah,
"Wow,
alright,
this is
cool.
so much. I like this so much better than smoking pot." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Edibles are fun." And then my buddy was like, "Look, you just can't really like fuck around with the booze too much, or it's just gonna be a bad time." And then I took a second edible around 11, and then fucked around with the booze in between the two edibles, and
Well, then I would say
it ended badly. I was throwing things.
I would say though, if you didn't throw up or pass out, then you're a solid purple belt
Yeah.
in edibles right now. I would say.
It was the hard alcohol.
Do you remember I had that? I'm not saying that shit.
What? Hey man, listen. I don't care. I've been run through the mill, dude. I'm a 10th degree black belt at edibles.
Yeah, I don't drinking and edibles. That's a bad pairing.
No,
It is
no,
a
no,
bad
no.
pairing. It's a very bad pairing. It's the first thing I said when I woke up. Is I said I would have been fine taking the second edible. It was the fucking drinking in between.
Yeah. Well, there's many times. I mean, I've learned my lesson. Coming up through the ranks as a lower belt in the drinking and smoking weed at the same time thing. Here's the thing. There were many times where I'd be drinking all night. And to dabbling in smoking a little weed, but then the end of the night comes. This would get me in like when my buddies went away to college, and I would go to Penn State and hang out because you'd be up till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
hanging out, and everyone's like, all of a sudden 4 a.m. all of a sudden a 6-foot glass bong comes out, or they used to call it the Tobacco Master back in the day, and they'd be like, this shit is about to get real, and then I'd be like, pfft, I could do that, boom. And then once you smoke weed after you've been drinking all day, that's how you get the spins.
Yes, that's how I was losing motor functions. I couldn't control any of my emotions. I was telling JM, I was so fucking mad that Tony was losing, but then I'm not doing picks anymore. I was so emotionally invested in shit I don't care about at all. I was just mad at Michelle Waterson because that was sucked.
Yeah, that pissed me off. What did you bet?
Nothing. I was nothing. It was just
I'm not
arguing with my friends.
I'm not even just emotionally, and I'm not really emotionally involved in the fights like that anymore. Like, sure, I wanted Tony to win.
I stopped
just for
doing
10
it.
playing in for
Yeah.
Eddie, but like I don't know Tony Ferguson personally.
Yeah.
And like I quit. Unless it's like one of our guys and stuff, and then I am obviously way more emotionally invested. But even in football, like I had to quit that shit because there was a while when the Buffalo Bills would lose, I would take a baseball bat and smash things in my garage, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's just when I was younger. And I was like, remember we used to have the football games all the time. Why am I getting mad at? So I had to like release myself from getting mad at things. But I did bet a couple of bucks with DraftKings just for fun. And $15.
The only thing I won was having to make 3 phone calls, apologizing and telling them I'm not doing picks anymore.
Yeah. Well,
They said UFC was like one of the most bet on things ever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it was the most bet on thing ever.
Most MMA. Definitely, yeah, for sure. They said, but
I'd like to look at.
that is. I did hear him saying that. Everybody's sitting around home, and it is cool. It is cool. The DraftKings is cool because you get to make a lineup. Like, so I'm gonna do it Wednesday too, and just put another 15 in.
Yeah, Wednesday and Saturday again.
Because you make a whole lineup of who you think's gonna win. You don't even have to pick what round or whatever, but depending on how they win. And if they win or lose, you get points towards it. And then, if you're in $15 and like first place might get like 20 grand. And then like, everyone in second place gets like, $500. Everyone in third place gets, and then it keeps going, back. So it's like, you have to like get lucky, obviously. But there have been times where buddies of mine have like, pick 3 fighters and then or 3 parlayed it or whatever. I don't even know what that means. I just do the one where you pick it like an NFL team almost. And then every time that's what I was pissed about, that Michelle Waterson. She lost that fight, right?
Oh yeah.
And she should have lost because she pissed him. Now here's the thing, I have a love-hate relationship with Michelle Waterson. I like her because of the idea of her style, but then she didn't just let it hang out there. Now that being said, I'm not in UFC, but I am gonna rag on her a little bit because she didn't like Grace as much as she should have, and that's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
Grace also triangle choked her. I think we talked about this before. Grace triangle choked one of her main training partners at the On It Invitational. So in your face, Michelle Waterson.
Yeah, we're watching. I watched that fight with Grace, and I was just trying to like
talk
Grace,
shit.
What do you think about these girls? Just asking her. She's like, no way. I'm like, Grace, you got it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just telling her, you know, I was drinking and stuff. We were hanging out.
Michelle Watterson have a guard? I forget. She got taken down. She just kept running away. It was like, when are you gonna let it go? She seems so good. And dude, she beat the hell out of that one girl, Carolina Kovalekelis. Remember, we were at
Michelle
that
Watterson's
fight.
legit as they come as far as female MMA fighters.
Yeah.
She's really high level.
She just didn't let it hang out. I picked her.
Dude,
I thought
Carla
she won
Esparza I thought Carla was gonna be like, you know, she respected her for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that range she kept was cool.
Yeah,
she did a lot of good things. Like she even to go 15 minutes like that and like how she moved. I was pretty impressed with her.
A lot of people get mad at karate fighters for, you know, evading all the time, and you know, maybe she has a point. She was
no
pissed.
one gets mad at Dominic Cruz for evading. Like he evades a lot.
But people used to get pissed at Machida, and people used to get pissed at Wonder Boy, and
yeah, what do you want him to do?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
dive right in and get KO'd. But I thought it was different for her though, because she was fighting. I mean, you know, Carla Esparza used to be champ too. It's not a
she's no joke.
I took her because I just wanted to.
That Matt Salinas. I fought her jiu-jitsu coach.
Yeah.
Carla Esparza's jiu-jitsu coach.
And what's his name was there too? Kerry.
Matt Salinas. Shout out to Matt Salinas. That guy's a beast.
Kerry was there too. I saw they were at UFC with the masks on and shit. And then Ferguson, like, you know, obviously Justin Gaethje. I mean, I got a lot of respect for him too. That guy's the man. I like him. You know,
I'm starting to like him.
I don't know why a lot of people didn't like him, but if you listen to him and talk to him, dude, he's the man.
I feel like what irks me about him is that he comes off as like the bully in gym class that would have thrown a kickball at your head.
I don't think to me, he doesn't come off like that. He just seems
not now, but yeah, whatever.
He looks like a bro dude.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He looks
that's
like,
why dudes don't like him.
That's why he's winning fist fights, dude.
That's all the only reason.
What do you want him to do?
No.
Yeah, peg him in the head. He don't even take it. The dude can crack.
No, my outlooks on fighters are always the stupidest, and that's why
no, me
I
too,
argue
man.
with my friends. They're like, you don't like him? Like now I hate Stipe. I just hate him.
That's the point of America, dude. You're allowed to have your own opinion.
Like my buddy's like, you hate Stipe? I'm like, yeah, I hate him. They're like, why? And I'm like, no. He's like, I'm a firefighter. Yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, I'm not fighting right away.
JM doesn't like Brian Stan.
I like Brian Stan.
Oh yeah, remember he's.
But that's the thing.
My head is square, and I cut my grass to an inch and a half thick, and I only have sex with my wife missionary position.
Yes. That's why I started hating Stipe. He's holding up the division. Let's go.
Yo, they had a. Dude, remember? Because the reason I don't like them isn't because like I don't like them, but like they talk bad about shit I really like. Like like DC talking about jiu-jitsu, like he called an arm triangle a Darce or whatever, like. And he's just saying wrestler things, and you say wrestler things, and I'm like, bro, like,
come on, dog.
But then they got Joe Rogan there doing jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? So that's cool.
He disagreed with him like once or twice. You heard that? He's like, I don't know about that.
DC's like, imagine being DC watching Francis kill that guy.
Yeah,
Rosenstruck.
Well, he's gonna retire.
That guy Rosenstruck's really good.
Well, I was hoping Rosenstruck would have did even better, but he just he
was out for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Ngannou has zero technique. He's just throwing cannons.
It was so wild.
But then once he connected with him, it was like
it's just one shot.
Ngannou looked in the best shape I've ever seen him.
He's been living at the Performance Center for
such
like 2 years.
Such a nice guy too. He's the man.
He's like, this is free. We stay here.
Yeah.
He stays.
He looks unbelievable.
Yeah. He was like trying not to be rude. He's like, I just feel like they're holding everything up, and I just want to fight.
Yeah,
like because he's like, who am I going to fight? Because
I don't understand how they have a different fucking belt in every other. What belt did Tony and Justin even fight for?
The one that Tony never lost.
So I mean, why don't they just throw a heavyweight belt out? What's the big deal? That doesn't make any sense. They have a million belts.
I didn't even think about it because Francis was like, if DC and Stipe fight, he's like, they're not going to fight till a couple months down the road. Then he said after that fight, he goes, if Stipe's hurt, he's not fighting again for another 6 months. He's going to take his time. And Francis is like, I don't want to sit out for another year. And I was like, oh shit, that's right. Because no one's trying to fight him.
Dudes,
who do they put him against?
Some guys can't really train the way they want to too. I heard some shit like they said that Stipe didn't have access to a cage.
That's why I started hating him because he's just like, oh, I'm a firefighter. I'm following rules.
No,
I think some guys don't want to fight in this situation.
I think he's fucking with DC because DC was gonna fuck him over with that Brock Lesnar fight, and he fucking made him wait. And now that he has control, he's just like, nope, I'm getting eye surgery. Nope, you're waiting.
I want to see Gaethje and Khabib, or Tony and Khabib. Still, I don't care. I want to see either of those fights.
Yeah,
you know, I think we deserve those fights. I don't like Khabib because he's Russian.
Yeah.
No, that's
Zach doesn't like Russians. That's what we got to put those things up. We got to get those. But yeah, what were the other fights? No,
Bryce
dude, are you
Mitchell?
kidding me, dude?
Don't say that.
We got a lot of Russian friends.
I don't hate Russians. I just hate him because of Connor. Like, that's my guy.
No, we got dude.
So I always refer to him as the Dagestani
no,
rat.
it's a rivalry right there.
Yeah, you kidding me? We got a lot of Russians that are beasts, dude. That's why I was always in MMA. I was always like, okay, I don't want to fight a Russian guy, dude. I do not want to fight a Russian guy.
Beat a famous Russian. He beat at ADCC.
Rustam Chizy.
We fight
yeah.
Russians all the
Those
time.
guys, shout out to K Dojo. Grace has been fighting their kids.
They're
some of the
Russian
nicest guys, yeah.
A Russian guy Ezekiel'd me from my closed guard back in the day
Damn.
at a Naga. I hurt my leg in the middle of the match,
Yeah.
and I got my guard, and he was on top of me, and he just fucking killed me with his fist.
Well, that's what's funny about back in the day at Tiger Schulman's at the Challenger Champions when they would allow that it was an in-house, tournament. Only
Yeah.
Tiger Schulman's would fight all of each other to get ready to eventually, guys would go to MMA, and plus it's a tournament. You go in, you represent your school and shit. It was dope, and they still have it like twice a year. And the only team that they used to allow into the sparring and the grappling portion of it was these Russian guys. They let this, like, Tiger must have been friends with this Russian crew. It wasn't K Dojo. It was like some other crew. And they would have these Russian dudes fighting. And in every black belt division, there'd be some fucking jacked up, just Russian dude that you could just,
Might
you
leg
weren't
rock
allowed
you.
to punch in the face. So you could only hit to the body with MMA gloves, but you could kick to the head. And me and my boy Jim Garzillo, we used to always have to fight these Russian guys, man. They were some of the toughest motherfuckers. They were our age, younger kids. But they were just animals, man. Their grappling style was just a little bit different, and they'd go for knee bars and stuff. And this was like in 99, 2000. And they were just like, please, just let me fight another white kid from Jersey. You know what I mean? I do not want to have to fight
there
that
to
Russian
fight
guy.
people.
Yeah.
There was no one else trying to fight people like that.
Not like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
But, how about that Bryce Mitchell? How sick was that fight? Is that his name, Bryce Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Thug
was
Nasty?
amazing. Yeah.
Woo! Pop
I wanna-
the molly, I'm
I wanna wrestle.
sweating.
He's a really good wrestler, right?
I think he's also a good wrestler. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about some of these guys,
Well-
to be honest with you, because I haven't been doing the research on a lot of them like I used to,
His wrestling and his jiu-jitsu was awesome.
Yeah.
It was
I
awesome. His arm
He,
triangle.
yeah, he was getting some sick takedowns.
He kept it to the ground the entire time, and I
He
didn't.
just grabbed the fucking guy. He's like,
But I
I'm
didn't.
fucking
I didn't
grabbing
realize
him.
the other guy talked shit and was like, "I'm gonna fucking outclass you on the mat." And he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that was
he's like,
dumb.
"Oh, okay." He's like, "You want?" So that's why he just took
There
him
was
down.
a-
Took him down.
Yeah, usually
It was
that,
nuts.
that's a trend.
do
You
that.
don't do that. You don't
No.
say.
He said
yeah.
he was talking on a podcast
don't
about
say
how
that.
he loves when guys shit talk him,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what the guy did. He's like,
Yeah.
perfect, thank you.
He's the wrong that dude. I could see him like when I top 3, top 5 eventually. Like that dude's fucking. His mindset. I love how he even after the interviews he just Arkansas, my family, give me my fucking camo shorts. He's like, I'm out, and I was. I
That
don't
guy's
know.
the man. They're usually that's the thing. If you say something is gonna happen, you're like, nah, fuck karate, dude. That shit don't work. And
Yeah.
then some dude spin kicks your head off. That's happened how many times? Or the one guy, remember that guy, Paul, or is it Pee Wee Herman? Remember him? He's like, fuck
Oh, he
jujitsu.
stunk.
He's like, jujitsu doesn't work. That shit sucks. And then he got his arm broken. And then he got his arm broken in the match. And
That
then
was
he
the guy
got
who
put.
used to like shave the chest hair.
Nah, it's a different guy. That's at the guillotine. He didn't believe in guillotines, but
Yeah.
but he was like a wrestler jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't like just I'm shitting on jiu-jitsu the whole time. He was just saying that move doesn't work, which is there are a lot of guys who don't tap the guillotines, and usually they go to sleep if the guy has it right.
Brian
But-
Ebersol.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
I'd like to see Cody McKenzie put him in a guillotine, see what happens. That guy was like a
That guy was really good at not getting guillotined though. That
Yeah,
guy
it's
got
true,
to survive
yeah.
some crazy shit.
yeah, he was always in guillotine. I mean, I don't even
You're allowed. You're allowed to say that, I guess,
Yeah.
at a certain point. But
if you get out of a lot of guillotines.
that's how it goes. You're like
probably get
you get
guillotined.
comfortable, and you just someone hits you with it a different way. Like, oh, I never get guillotined, and someone just hits you with a different one.
Yeah.
And like, oh, like 1,000 people put you in a guillotine, and this is the only dude that ever put you in this one guillotine this way, and you get tapped.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what happened. I got that guy when we went to Japan. Now they're saying too. This is I don't know. I shouldn't even bring this up, but they're saying there was the way they're gonna have people traveling around could like I hope you're ready for a 4-hour process where things have to get sprayed down and all types of fucking shit. And it's like,
It's gonna be a while till we're like able to leave the country at all, right? Probably. That's gonna take forever.
I mean, are flights still going? Like,
Yes, they are.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You could still catch flights if you want now. But they're going to make it.
You're
They're going to
usually
make
the
it.
only person on the plane.
Yeah, they're gonna make it
I saw
ridiculous.
people traveling.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. How are them guys getting around in the United States? I mean, I don't know about. I don't know.
No,
About
Yeah,
that.
you're not leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's wild.
what was I gonna say? When we went to Japan, we got off the plane, we chilled for a little bit, and then we rolled at a place. I think that was the first night we went to a place and rolled, and we rolled with this Japanese guy that was black
Yeah,
belt
that guy's a beast.
he was a jiu-jitsu or a judo black, like he was like a multiple black belt in judo or something, and jiu-jitsu or something, I forget. But anyways, the
Black
guy
belt.
was a beast, and I arm triangled him. And because that's my favorite move and my best move. And then I got like chill with the guy because I'm like, oh, this guy's fucking tough. And it took me like everything I had to get him. And then and then I'm like, then he guillotined me. And then I was pissed because I'm like, oh yeah, I'll never get guillotined because I got a really good guillotine defense. But then that dude guillotined me, and he just had it where he had my leg triangled, so I couldn't like get out. And he was like bending my neck sideways, and I heard it like pop like that bubble wrap. It was like, and I was like, and I was just like, head down. I was like, damn, he got me.
I remember that.
You know, too comfortable. I got too comfortable with that guy. Let him get on my neck the wrong way, and just, I do that with sometimes like, one of the teenagers will almost heel hook me because I'm like, let him get real close.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll get out of it. Oh shit, he's got it. You know what I mean? Fucking guy. And then I'm like, what the hell? How did he almost get him? I'm like, oh wait, that's right. We taught them guys. They should be almost kicking my ass soon. I'm getting old, bro. But I don't, dude, I just keep thinking, speaking of getting old, I can't believe how much those guys could take hits to the head. Like, dude, just the concussions and the shots that Ferguson was taking.
He's got to be out for a while. What do you have, a broken orbital bone?
Oh my God, dude. Like, and maybe it's also too because of the fans and the crowd and everything, because it's kind of weird without the crowd, that you don't hear all the shots. Like now you're real hearing. They brought it up a couple of times.
I said it to him.
Really
I love that. I love that.
It was like when
And
you
the
hear
shit
those
talking.
punches, you are like, whoa. That was intense. I mean, I've been to fights. I've been in fights, but it's just it's like a different. Just hearing it like that, I was like, maybe I'm like, ooh, dude, those.
There's
leg
nowhere
kicks,
else where you
fuck,
see a guy get punched that well, that hard.
Yeah.
With those size gloves. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. Like, even in boxing, like, there's beautiful punchers. Obviously, the best punchers are in boxing. You know what I mean? They're still hitting you with a boxing glove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still boxing tactics. MMA tactics it's pretty different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Tony's like, that uppercut fucking Tony landed was insane. That was
He hit him
insane.
when he was trying to hit an uppercut.
Yeah.
People have no idea what it takes to be in the right spot at the right, like, where your body has to be and his balance. I saw a video of Tony, like, training, and he was standing. I can't even stand on a stability ball unless I'm going to work towards it now that I'm thinking about it.
We need a better stability ball, too.
We have I tried to go to Dick's, they're closed. I was like, what the fuck? Stability ball, and then, like, he was swinging a club bell around his head, like fucking Conan the Barbarian, standing on a stability ball. So it's just hard just to hold your weight up. And then he's swinging, like, maybe 30 pounds around over his head.
I've seen McCoskey do some
I'm
pretty
like,
crazy shit.
Yeah,
on stability
McCoskey's wild.
balls. But also too, that's post like triple bypass knee surgeries. Like he had all those knee surgeries.
We had one.
I thought, well, he had one surgery, but all of his shit was ripped. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, that's what Joe Rogan was saying. It wasn't like just a torn meniscus. Like he tore his ACL, MCL. Like he had that full constructive knee surgery. I'm pretty sure.
On his whole... No.
He
He had a LCL thing. I thought.
LCL.
It was his whole knee?
off the bone or something like that.
Yeah, like his LCL came off his
Yeah,
leg.
yeah.
I don't think like it was like an entire... Because he rehabbed in like 3 months.
Yeah, on his own.
Yeah.
That's what even makes it more
Dude, Tony's
crazy.
insane, and that's why, I mean, it shows, like, he can take all that. That's what it takes to stop him.
He
That's-
dropped, what was that, I don't know what round it was because I was so out of it, but I that was one of the things that I do actually remember was him hitting him with that uppercut. That was the end of the round, correct?
End of the second round,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, landing an
Like what
uppercut.
you were
That
saying-
uppercut was crazy,
What do you
dude.
think would have happened if that shit was
Middle of the round,
2
dude, totally
minutes
different
left?
fight.
Yeah,
People are nuts the way they talk about people. It's just so rude. They have no idea what it takes to be at that level, and they're just so quick to fucking.
He's a bum.
And they're like, you're
Dude, one
fucking,
hit, dude.
you'll die.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Instantly.
He was. How long was he going for without a loss?
Dude, I don't, like, people have never stood in front of someone that can hit you however they want, whenever they want. Like, if you ever been in front of someone, like, levels better, and they're just not killing you because they're good people. Like, it's like,
well, dude,
a guy can, like, faint you out, and you're just totally in the wrong spot, and he's just ripping you one. Like, like, killing you.
Yeah, I remember, I took, like, maybe, I wasn't sparring for a very long time, and then I, like, TKO'd a guy who clearly was not. It was like a beginner-ish type dude. That's who they gave me. And then after that, I was like, all right, took some time off, and then we got the jiu-jitsu school started, and then I was going to start kickboxing again, to get back to go fight another MMA fight, even though my goal was just to grapple a guy. But I didn't want to just, if I couldn't get the fight to the ground at all, that's why I try to tell some of these guys that want to fight. I'm like, okay, they're just like, well, their grappling's pretty good, but I'm like, man, if you can't wrestle the guy down and he doesn't want to take you down or end up on the ground, you better be able to stand up and fight. Like I was getting, the whole point of that story was PJ Sueda came down, who's like he fights in lion fights. He's got a million fights. Like back in the day,
tank, dude.
Yeah, back in the day, he used to come down to us to train jiu-jitsu because he was getting ready to fight MMA, but he, was mostly stand-up, but he, fell in the 10th planet how a lot of us did. One of his old coaches, Joel Knott, Bloomsburg MMA, now one of their guys, an offshoot of them is Eric Strausser and his wife and their whole crew, and Eric's a purple belt under us now, so that's crazy how that works. But anyways, PJ is fighting Muay Thai all over the country and shit, and he would come down and spar with me, and he was just like, obviously PJ's my friend, he's a bit bigger than me, he's like 165 pounds, and he got jacked, and he was just taking it easy on me. Like he would let me even like land some shots to make me feel good. But if he wanted to like fucking chop my legs out, I remember the first time we sparred, I'm like, all right, this is cool. And he just he fainted and I went like this. And then he just like whipped a leg kick, maybe like 40% with shin pads on. And my knees, for some reason, I was totally in the wrong stance and my feet were all close together. And he just kicked me and I went like this and had to put my glove down and got back up. And I was like, okay. I was like, look at the clock. There's still like 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the round. I'm like, all right, this is going to be tough. And then it's mostly just me doing what I was bitching at Michelle Watterson for doing, was just running around and just trying to like throw a huge overhand right and then run again and throw a spinning back kick and just, just keep faking like I'm going to shoot. But yeah, dude, like shit like that's scary. Because then that makes you realize, like, oh, I'm not just sparring with a guy who's a beginner and we're kind of the same level. Like, no. How there's a black belt in jiu-jitsu who can just pretty much do whatever he wants to, purple belts and below, most guys who don't compete. There's guys who are black belts in stand-up that will just...
if you can't take them down.
Yeah, it's done. Dunions.
And if you pull guard, he's just going to step on your legs and shit or
keep hitting you.
Head. I mean, you could leg lock him.
That's what you would have... That's the only other thing you could do, I do see that with a lot of, just an observation, is just I see with a lot of mixed martial artists nowadays is they don't want to change at all from what they have been going for. Like, let's say you got it all. You got submissions, you got stand-up, you got a little bit of wrestling, and, you can grapple and you can do stuff, but they'll get so stuck in one way. Like, they just want to win that way. Or if they're getting beat a certain way, they just stick with that. They won't change up their game plan at all and be like, okay, fuck, I got to do something different. They may think, okay, if I just stick with it, and then eventually they get finished. You know what I mean? Like they won't ever change. I see grapplers get into that where they're like, okay, I'm not even going to try to grapple this guy. I'll just try to stand up with him. I'm like, man, like I'd love to see you try to mix it up and maybe throw the guy off, even if that's not your main game plan, just to kind of switch it up, So I don't know. Maybe, Tony, he didn't want to try to, taking Gaethje down.
Taking Gaethje down is difficult.
Yeah. Plus, Gaethje's looked better each fight.
Yeah. But what wouldn't you think, like, just from, an outside perspective, wouldn't you think, like, you would try something different? Or you just like, fuck, I'm not even going to try it. I'll just keep, hopefully you land that one uppercut again and,
Who knows, man? I don't know. Tony was trained to fight Khabib. Yeah. And Khabib just bounced. So... I mean, Tony still took the fight.
Bullshit, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Tony will fight anybody.
That's an entire
anyway.
Tony's. It's that Tony Khabib fight's popular for a reason. Like a casual fan will never know that. the backstory of all of it. You know what I mean? There's way deep levels of that whole.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been trying to fight each other for what, like 6 years?
I think it'll happen again.
Imagine all that. That he's prepared for that. He's not thinking about Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
You know
Some
what I
other
mean?
random guy you don't.
He's got Eddie Bravo. You know, Eddie Bravo's a jiu-jitsu coach.
Yeah.
He's not a boxing coach. You know, there's just not going to be a lot of jiu-jitsu in that fight. That happened to me all the time. I go into a fight. That happened to me at combat jiu-jitsu. If I'm training for combat jiu-jitsu, I'm usually thinking about my opponent being some fucking bruiser that's going to try to pass my guard and choke me out or take my back and choke me out while landing like shots. So I'm training for that a lot. Where my last match was against Spencer, who's like a really good leg locker, like guard, sick guard, leg lock. And I wasn't really prepared as much as I should have been to like be able to keep him off me while throwing strikes while he's going for my legs. Like I thought I was gonna get a guy. I thought I was gonna have to leg lock somebody. You know what I'm saying? So and it's just a week out, your fight changes, and I'm not gonna not do that. I'm not going to turn down an opportunity at
Yeah, I was a little bit worried for you on that one. Not that you couldn't take Spencer, but I was just like, oh man, like I would have been worried for myself, thinking like, okay, I'm about to fight, you know, a totally different fighter, and you already beat him before, you know. Spencer's a man, but if I already beat somebody, usually, and they're like they got granted a rematch out of like luck, almost.
It's hard to beat someone twice.
It's like, oh man, I don't even want to fucking fight this guy again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I already beat him. Like I want to get a new.
But I was originally lined up with another guy, and they just switched him out, you know. But that happens all the time. This is the fight game, like. And Tony just stepped up and did it. I don't think Khabib would ever do something like that.
No, I
and
think he
fight
would've,
for all
yeah.
those people and like put on a show. Like Tony's a fucking legend, dude. It's like people. It's crazy. Like.
Well, I love how anytime a fighter loses, people just act like
it is
they're
what
dead.
it is.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, dude, he'll be back give him a couple of months. He'll probably, and there's a lot of, believe me, that division is, I mean, every division is tough. There's plenty of fights for him if he wants to keep fighting. But yeah, Wednesday there's one and Friday too, so that's crazy.
What do you
They're
think
all
of
in Jacksonville?
Cejudo retiring?
I think so,
Oh,
yeah.
I like Cejudo.
Yeah, he's retired,
I
right?
you think
didn't
he's
like
actually
Cejudo,
going
but I
to?
like Cejudo.
What's up?
Do you think he's actually going to, or it's just more of his bullshit? Crazy shit.
I don't know. He's crazy, so who knows? I mean, I would like to see him come back just because I want to see him keep fighting.
Yeah.
You know, Dominic Cruz kind of didn't take that well. I mean,
He was.
I was so bummed.
I mean, when
There
you
was no need
rewatch
for him
it,
to go-
when you rewatch it, he probably would have stood up, but he would have got knocked down again,
Yeah.
and then been out cold.
Yeah, as soon as it was made a fight, Henry just turned on.
Yeah,
As soon as
yeah.
you saw that, I thought you saw that in like the Cowboy Pettis fight, where like they were kind of like, it looked kind of like sparring, like they started working up to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like people are like, oh, why didn't this guy do this or this and that? I'm like, dude, these guys are. This is Cowboy and Pettis. They're not gonna fight like some guy trying for the title.
Brawl, yeah.
They're it's different. Like they're in a different era of their career.
Yeah,
You know?
Plus, not to mention
But
those guys.
You
Yeah,
could see like when like one of them landed a shot or did something the other one didn't like, the other one would come right back
Yeah,
and fucking.
when there was the
And it
eye
turned
poke.
into a fight.
Yeah.
It turned into like Donald came back right at the end, was fucking him up.
was
Yeah, he
awesome.
like,
Because he
oh,
got
shit.
pissed because he couldn't see because he got the eye poke, and then
So,
the ref was like, "No, it's good." And
win
then
or-
Pettis came at him.
Win or lose, you're still leaving with
Yeah.
that respect of a good fight.
A
you know?
Cowboy posted. He was like, "I'm pumped to be back," and you could tell it was kind of like he had to do that in order
Yeah.
to get his mental straight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's-
I always will love him. He's
always
the best.
Yeah, sometimes he's even too nice. I feel.
Yeah.
He's too nice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's too nice, but that's that's all good.
Yeah, that's Cowboy. That's why
Yeah.
people are always going to want to see him fight. You kidding me? I was pumped to see that on. I'm kind of glad neither guy got. I mean, I don't really care who won, to be honest with you, but I'm really glad that neither of them got KO'd because I like Pettis too. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
glad
I
they
love
just beat the
Pettis.
shit out of each other, and
Yep.
that was cool for me.
Wait, we were talking about Cejudo too. I'm thinking all kinds of shit right now.
Yeah, Cejudo's
Jeremy
a man.
Stevens
I like him.
too.
Oh yeah, that guy. What happened
Damn,
with that one?
that guy's got
He got fucked up
45
or got
fights.
knocked out.
That guy's
What's the
had so
guy's
many
name?
fights.
They both. That guy cracked him at the same time.
Yeah.
He broke. That
Oh, the
guy's
elbow.
nose.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That fucking
He hit him with the
elbow.
elbow.
That guy Cater is
Qatar,
good.
yeah, he's
Qatar.
real good. He almost or whatever, Qatar. He fought
Qatar.
he fought the other Russian guy that was really good. I can't remember that.
That guy's from
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, you see his legs though. How weird are that guy's legs? That's the bane of that guy's existence right there. Is his leg kicks. That's what they were saying was all that guy's problem. His legs were so thin, but the guy's a really good grappler, and his boxing is just.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty
he
cool.
hit him with an elbow, but he was taking some shots and moving around.
He hit
and
that
then
guy with an
pow, pow, pow,
elbow
pow.
you teach in class. Like hands up, you you just hand fight him and hit him with an elbow, and it was fucking perfect.
It was.
like hitting that full speed on a
Then
guy
he
like
followed
that.
up on the ground.
The
and I was
guy
just
hit
like,
him.
I don't like Stevens. So
Stevens
I
hit
enjoyed it.
him at the same time.
Yeah.
Like hit him and broke that dude's his nut, because in the corner he was like, oh, dude, his nose, because
That was
sometimes
another
you
one
gotta
too.
eat a
You
shot.
could,
Yeah.
That was like a cool one because like guys came out slow. You could tell, and then it was kind of like there was no one's dictating anything going on in this fight. Like it's just these two guys, and then it's the moment where like it becomes a fight. That's what you're always looking for.
Yeah.
Is that first moment because they're feeling each other out. And then it's like someone gets hit the wrong way or someone gets pissed off, and it's like, all right, now we're in a fight.
Yeah.
But you can't fight like that if you want to be the champ. Like
Yeah.
you can't be emotional.
How about what's his name?
But it's cool to see fights like that too.
What was that
I
one
like
fight?
those.
What was that one? What was that one fight? I remember we were watching it at Buffalo Wild Wings, where like the two guys, I don't remember the guys' names, but it was on the undercard, and the two guys came out, and the one guy was like being super technical and like standing back and like not getting too close, and then they go to they're like, yeah, coach whatever said that he was really looking to stay in his game or whatever, and he's not going to come out of it this time. He's going to just keep doing his thing. He was winning that last fight until like the last 45 seconds, and then he ended up getting dropped and getting guillotined or something like that, right? And then like maybe halfway through the first round, the dude like he's landing, the guy's looking good, and the dude lands one shot on him, and he just goes like this, and is like, what? And then they just both start wailing, and then the guy gets KO'd, and then you see like when they play the replay, the guy
Yeah.
eventually gets KO'd, and they're talking about how they show the three corner guys. You know how there's usually three corner guys, and the dude just like takes the thing, and he's just like, he just throws his hat, and they're just like,
Yeah.
because they're just like,
Mike
dude, we
Perry-
worked on this for 8 weeks, and
Mike
then you
Perry
just
would always have that problem with he would just get pissed and go into fucking
You know what was
aggro
interesting
mode.
about the Gaethje
Yeah.
Ferguson fight is like how it ended, because like Gaethje was really smart, you know what I mean, and he didn't he hurt Tony a lot and could have went after him and tried to finish him, but that's not what you want to do to Tony, because you're gonna get if you got to put him on his back and beat him up, like
Yeah.
that's not where you want him.
yeah, and you're
You know what I
running
mean?
into.
So he's like he didn't like rush in or
Yeah.
anything. That was really smart.
Yeah, that was smart. Well, if the corner was saying it, what's that guy's name? That
Trevor
guy's real
Whitman.
good. Yeah, Trevor Whitman.
Whitman.
He was
Yeah.
like, hey, you're trying to kill him with every shot. He was like, slow it down, man. Just
Yeah.
hit your shots.
Yeah,
Protect.
just actually hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the perfect matchup. Gaethje was even saying that like Whitman was like, hey, you can't relax in there. He's like, remember that, because he's like, remember the two times you did relax and you lost because you were
Yeah.
up, which was Alvarez and Poirier, and Gaethje was just like, it was so important. He told me that because I wasn't going to let off.
It was pretty cool to see.
I'm really
and
starting to
hear,
like Gaethje.
Hear all the stuff with the guys and stuff,
Yeah.
because he was like sitting there like telling them, and Gaethje was just looking around, like he wasn't looking at him, because the one guy, I forget what fight it was, Jorgen Castro. Remember that one versus he fought the guy who used to be the defensive end. What's his name? Greg Hardy. And that guy broke his foot. And he told the corner like, "Hey, I think I broke my foot or whatever." And he's like, I don't want to make a big deal out of it because I don't want him to know that my foot's broken, because he was kicking the fuck out of his legs. And the guy was like, Jorgen, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. He's like, look at me. And like, dude, when people tell me to, like, I don't like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't like when you're like, look at me in the eyes. Listen to what I'm saying. Like, I'm hearing you, dude. You know what I mean? I'm hearing what you're saying. Like, he's in the middle. He was just sitting there, and the guy was like telling him to look, and he just stood up and was like, you could tell he was like, fuck my corner right now. I don't want to hear any shit. And then, but Gaethje was just sitting there, like looking past him, and he wasn't looking at him, and he was like, hey, remember this? And he was like talking back to him. He's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. He was just listening to everything that he said. It was like, it's just cool to hear the dynamics of
There was
the corner
definitely a
there.
lot more things I didn't realize I was going to like about not having the crowd. Believe
Yeah.
me, the like, especially when you get up to the main event and the fucking TV's loud and all that, but actually watching the fight without a crowd, I don't know. I like hearing the hits. I like hearing the shit talking, like in the Bryce Mitchell one. The dude was like, "Why don't you stand up, pussy?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Stand the fuck up, pussy."
How many twister attempts?
Yeah, that was nuts.
He's like, yeah, tell him to stand up. He's on
Yeah.
top of you, beating your ass, putting you in arm triangles
Yep.
and stuff.
and it was over, and he's like, he talks shit.
That was pure domination.
Yeah.
It was absolute.
That guy was a black belt under Ricardo Laboria.
levels better.
Yeah, and that dude was just wiping
Bryce's
him.
levels better.
Wiping him. That was crazy. Yeah, he wanted to make it a point. That's why he kept taking him down. Sick arm triangle attempts, sick twister attempts. Like, they're like, obviously I think you should stay. I like the mount better, but dude, like, listen, other guy was a black belt too. Like, it's not just going to finish him like nothing.
Yeah.
The guy's not trying
Bryce
to give
is-
up. He talks shit.
Bryce is like 26, right?
Yeah, he's young. He's really young.
That dude's a beast.
Yeah, that was cool. But I don't know. Do you think it affects it's some guys it didn't seem to affect, but you think some of those guys that having no
First I
crowd
almost got
there.
arm triangle.
The first, from standing.
But the first two fights, they were guys that were on the Ultimate Fighter, so they were like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah,
this is how
we're used to fighting with no crowd. But don't you think that it probably? Do you think it affects guys?
I'm sure there's people that feed off the crowd.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I'm sure the whole thing's weird. You're walking out with
There's a
music
lot of reasons
and
why
nobody's
it's
there.
better. I mean, it is what it is.
We're trying to, we want to have a finishers tournament, but we need like a big area. We need somewhere that would allow us to have it. We need like a barn or something, so abandoned something.
stream it.
Yeah, we'll just stream it. We'll have like maybe 20 super fights or something like that. We'll only have a couple people there. I'll wear a Richard Nixon mask while I'm reffing the fights, the matches. But hey, listen, I posted that up just on the story on the finisher sub only, and we got like 40 or 50 people hit us up.
About a spot.
No, that just about that want to do it.
Yeah.
That are interested
There's
in doing
more
it.
people
Yeah.
wanting to do shit than ever before. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. We got to, people want to do stuff, so.
I enjoyed that they brought that back. It put more eyes on the UFC. A lot of people who don't think it's a sport definitely fucking watched it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my wife was pumped. She's like, "Oh, I want to see that last fight." And I think a lot of guys who don't usually watch UFC were hitting me up to try to get my picks. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm like, just watch it, man.
Yeah.
Just watch it. And
It was
try to
funny.
enjoy it.
My friends were
Like,
excited.
who do I think's gonna win?
Oh, dude, I don't.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, dude, because like a lot of my friends bet, so they're just like, they're used to betting on football, so they're like, okay, fuck it, I'll bet MMA. I'm bored. I don't know any of these guys.
Yeah.
Like, who should I take? This guy
They're
looks
better
tough.
off that way. When you overthink it, I lose every time I pick fights. And it's because I overthink everything. I think one time I won everything I picked, but I'm done doing it. It fucked my whole night up. I was so fucking pissed when Dominic Cruz got fucking dropped. I fucking hate Henry Cejudo. The fucking kicking pillows at the weigh-in, you fucking douchebag.
He's really good.
I know. I hate him.
Yeah.
Plus, I like Dominic Cruz. I watched him come up. It's weird watching the guy. Like, he looked old to me. He didn't look like Dominic Cruz, like his body, and I don't know if it was short time off, but I mean, you're watching these fighters that you watched back in the day, and now they're just old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dominic Cruz will still.
I think he's still going to fight.
His style, like
He
when
wouldn't
he's
go out on a loss.
25, is a lot better than when he's 35.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's probably zippier back then. Like
Yeah.
zip, more pop on his shots and
Been
stuff.
out for a while.
Cejudo's solid as fuck.
Yeah.
He's so dense and I did a
I
seminar.
was actually
of his.
pissed that he retired just because I was starting to start really enjoying watching him fight. And when you see somebody win that much, I'm like, man, I can't really hate him this much.
Yeah.
But
He beat Marlon Moraes. How about those leg kicks?
That Marlon Moraes fight was crazy. As soon as he made it a fight, as soon as he just like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna fight you now. That's the thing. Like, you can play the game. You're not gonna play the game with Henry Cejudo. Like, you're gonna try to play a little stupid game with him. He's gonna get in your fucking face and punch you
For
in it.
5 rounds.
Yeah, I
gonna
like
be
it.
tough. Yeah.
I like his
And
style.
yeah.
You know what
Cejudo's the beast. How about them leg kicks he was throwing, dude? It impresses me. A lot of wrestlers are getting really good at throwing leg kicks, dude. It's interesting.
Cejudo, how he puts that one hand, that little hand. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I
just
like to
put-
play. You know what I mean? Like, that's his.
Like this thing, you mean?
No, he doesn't put it straight.
He just keeps it like here?
I think he keeps it like, it's like weird how he keeps it.
I think a lot of guys would always do this, and like some people would like do it straight so they can like kind of tell where you're at.
Machida did that a lot.
So you think about it, you have to go over that hand to hit you at all, so it's protecting from this. Plus, like sometimes I think when they'd be backing up and you'd get too close, they'd put their hand and move their body back so that way they, boom.
I feel like this handles.
McGregor does that shit though.
I feel like this takes away an overhand right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even if you're doing this.
But not like this. Like I've been, guys get over that if they're taller than you and shit.
Yeah, that's true too. But you
So,
could still. I mean,
he's
dude,
short.
It's almost like you're doing. It's almost like you're doing
Right?
this one, like the.
Yeah, but it's better because you're not relying on your
Yeah,
shoulder.
you just your
You're
shoulder.
fucking-
I'll just miss
You
everything.
could if the guy hit you, you could use this and then use this. You
Well,
know what I mean?
look-
Or this.
Look at
You
how
know, like-
McGregor comes out. When he first comes out, he'll come out
That's the
straight with
wrong
that.
range.
He'll come out with that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He did that to thing. He was like back, boom. You know what I mean? Just that other hand in the front. McGregor. Watch when he comes out and stands there. He always comes out with
Yeah.
that front hand like it's like,
Yeah, hand fights are huge. That's how Qatar knocked that guy out.
testing the range.
Bang.
I remember when I found out about that. I didn't know that you could, even when when we first started kickboxing, I didn't know that you could. I just thought you had to hit to the body or head.
Right.
I didn't know that you could hit their gloves. I remember when I found that out.
We were learning from a lot of people who were using us as guinea pigs. Let's just say it,
Yeah.
call it that way. And we had to do a lot of learning on our own.
Well, I forget who showed that to me too, and they're like, "Yeah, man,
was
you
just
could just
talking-
fucking hit that glove out of the way."
I was just talking about Dean with Dean last night. He says funny shit because he was there, but he was like, I'm talking about Mom breaks out old fight stuff, and I'm like checking it out. It was cool. And then like Dean said, he's like, when you guys, because he was talking about how Simpson took us down to Larry Holmes back in the day, and he's like, you guys were so not ready. You guys got fucked up. Those kids in that Larry Holmes gym fucked you guys up. You were like playing games and shit in training. And then we went to Larry Holmes, and everyone got their ass kicked. Like, guys were getting concussions and shit.
Yeah.
Like, our best guys were getting smoked. I remember it was crazy. And then we were all like, because our the world of boxing, like, we were trying to be boxers and shit for some reason.
But I always thought that they were doing the boxing to just get everybody's hands ready to fight MMA.
Right.
So that's what I always thought, because we were doing grappling tournaments.
Yeah.
And then
that was a big step. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, we did that. Like, most people aren't smart enough to do that. They're like, no, we're not going to take that L.
Yeah.
And we're just going to act like we're better. Mm-hmm. And then it comes down the road, like, you still got that hole. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's what all that.
I'll swallow that when I'm
Yeah.
14.
That's
you know
what
what I mean?
stuff we
Like,
always put up, though. Like, in the beginning of a career, no one knows. You
Right.
got to fight. You should fight kickboxing and boxing and
there's so much to learn about
grappling,
all
yeah.
of it. There's mixed styles of grappling. There's mixed styles of striking. You can mix those two together. There's so many different ways to get a fight. I fought all kinds of different shit, even wrestling. Like, the best Gaethje in his wrestling, that's what is the backbone of that. If Gaethje doesn't have that wrestling, like, if he's boxers get cocky because they see people throwing punches and they think it's because of this.
Yeah.
And it's really
Well,
because of that.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Gaethje is hard to take down. Like, no, people don't even try to wrestle him. He's gonna mad dog you and put you against
That's
the fence.
why I'm
like,
excited when he's got Khabib next. It's
That's gonna be
so
interesting.
interesting to be like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, can he take him down?
Because I don't think we've even ever seen his wrestling because everybody's just stood with him.
Yeah.
Who didn't stand with him? Eddie stood with him. Poirier stood with him.
But it is
Michael Johnson stood with him.
I mean, how is Gaethje's guard? I mean, if he takes him down, if Khabib gets him down, is he just going to turn his back and get choked out?
Yeah, he's gonna have to play that stand up, back up game.
Yeah.
You know, I doubt he's gonna attack from his back like Tony would. That's why the Tony fight was cool.
Right.
Yeah, I think the Tony fight will happen still. I think it'll happen.
Yeah, but Tony's not this. Tony just got his eye broken in
Yeah.
a fucking huge fist fight. Like, and Khabib didn't get any of that damage.
Yeah.
You know what I
hate
mean? He
Khabib.
gets to learn from that lesson that he gets to watch Tony fight his next opponent,
Yeah.
and then he gets to.
Yeah, people don't realize, they're like, even kickboxers, like, oh, I'll just fucking kick that guy in the head. But, you have to have that. Either you got to have insane wrestling defense to where you're not going to get taken down,
Everybody's got holes.
or you can just have a decent guard. Like some of those guys, like they used to say that about Cerrone and Pettis. You can double those guys and take them down, but they might triangle you. They
Yeah.
might put you in a guillotine, or they're good at getting out of shit.
Yeah, every style is good for what it's for.
Did
you know what I mean?
Anthony
Like-
Pettis fight Nate Diaz? Did that ever happen? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
No,
I
they
don't
were
think not
supposed
yet.
to fight.
That'd be a sick fight.
That would be a good fight. Because who did? So Pettis fought Cerrone. Who did Pettis fight before that? He knocked out
I forget
Wonder
who
Boy.
the guy was, but he got choked out.
He got
Pettis
rear naked choked.
in the second.
Yeah, he was fighting somebody really good jiu-jitsu guy, and he was kind of
And
like,
Pettis started to look really good, then he
Isn't
went to the ground.
yeah,
and got choked.
and that's crazy because Pettis is, levels above guys in the grappling department. Some guys, but then when he got with the real, I forget who that was. Somebody rear naked choked him. He did it twice where he just spun, like he did like the spinning. When the guy's your back and you spin into their guard. He did that twice, and then maybe like the third time, the guy finally got him. Yeah.
Carlos Diego.
I'd rather give up
Ferreira.
That's right, Carlos Diego Ferrer. Diego Ferrer, Rodrigo Nogueira
Yeah.
Bohacarayo.
I'd rather give the tap than get blasted in the
Oh,
face
yeah.
or something
Round
like that.
2 submission.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Which is crazy.
yeah,
Tony's
usually
gonna-
Pettis can, fare well on the ground because he doesn't mind getting taken down as much because, he's got a decent guard. He does. He didn't.
Eddie is a huge fan. Eddie Santiago. He loves Anthony Pettis. He uses a lot of his stuff. He's
Yeah.
really good at it too.
Yeah, he is.
He dude. I was working the midst with him. He's still got it. Like he's got family and stuff, so he's doing that thing. But he was dipping under shit. I was like, damn, you're pretty nice at that. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
He was getting good at chokes. I mean, remember we got him. Shout out to Eddie Santiago. We got him one of his first, or I think his first ever fight.
Yeah, he's
and
the
me
man.
and JM drove up to. I remember me and him had to go up
Lancaster.
there. Yeah, me and
Those are
him
awesome.
went up early. You came. I think you taught class and came up later. And me and him were like sitting in
That's
a
right, yeah.
old country buffet or some shit like that, just waiting for these fights to happen in fucking Lancaster. That's where we should have the
Shady,
tournament,
yeah.
Lancaster, dude.
Yeah.
Then go to Shady.
Amish
What's that place?
security. Shady Maple Grove. Or
Yeah,
Maple
a lot
Grove
of people.
shadiness, I
For
don't
people
know.
who don't live in anywhere around this area, you guys will know about it. Ross fucking loves that place. It's called
They'll
Shady.
probably be open
Shady
soon.
Maple or something, right?
Yeah.
It's like basically a breakfast smorgasbord. We need that.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
We need that shit open ASAP.
Bring
I
it
don't know.
back.
Yeah, so fights. That was pretty much all that happened since
Yeah.
the past week, except for Governor Hitler pushed out our
Yeah.
Dude.
order. Hey,
Fuck
people,
that
some
guy.
people are saying fuck it, and they're just opening up their business and stuff.
Yep.
And I love that a lot of people think that me and JM are obviously the craziest people of all time, because a lot of people are either hitting me up to tell me to stop sharing ridiculous content on Facebook, or
I
they're
think
like,
it's crazy when people tell you to do shit like that.
Or they're guys like, hey man, like they're like, yo, what are you guys up to, man? Like they want to know what we're up to and what we're doing and stuff. And I'm just like, hey man, nothing. Don't worry about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Don't worry.
I'm not even that dude. Come on, bro.
Yeah, let us. We're
I'm not even that guy.
we're just living life, man. We're just out here doing it, you know. But I'm fucking moving to the moon, though, because this state sucks.
Fight Island, bro. Move to the Fight Island.
I mean, hopefully it'll be over soon, but I don't know. The way they're talking out here, bro, it's gonna be. We're not even in the yellow phase.
I think
yet.
it'll be over soon for every other state.
I mean,
Doesn't look
there's
good for us.
there are some. No, there's other states worse than us. Some other state moved their shit to like August or something like that. So
I think West Virginia or Virginia, one of them. Like in the beginning, they were like July.
yeah, I like the memes of the person like, what is that one meme? It's like it's gonna be another month. You're like, what? Come on. They're like, that's 2 months.
Yeah, the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, say it again. We'll make it even longer.
Yep. You want
buddy.
another Saturday? That was the worst thing I ever did was watch that movie and then go to high school. And they'd be like, you want another demerit? Yeah.
Yeah, keep talking. We'll add another one on.
Yep, I'll
Good.
take
I
two.
want it.
Yeah.
This
Here's
one.
5. Yeah.
I got you for 2 months, Bender.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So, but I do love the people standing up though. In California, they literally put a picture of him as Hitler, and they were like flying it on planes across beaches and stuff. And Florida's doing some stuff, but it seemed like in Florida they were talking. They only let open like some spots, and then like Jacksonville and other areas. But then other areas were like, nah, you guys got to stay put. People around here some people are starting to open up businesses.
Farmers market's open. It's your choice if you want to fucking go.
Yeah, Tanzos is
You can
allowing
do that
people
with a
back in the
barber
beer
shop.
distributor.
Yeah.
Beer distributors like,
Oh,
you know what?
DNRs, they've had people in the entire time.
Really?
Just got to wear a mask. That's it.
Heroes, dude. Legends.
I came out of the beer distributor and this guy just goes, fuck, because he forgot his mask. So I had to turn around. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Just tie your shirt on your face.
Yeah.
The other day I went in, I just took, I had my hoodie on and I just tied it up real
I have a
hard. in my
t-shirt
face.
sleeve, pull it down under my neck, put it up when it in.
What are you doing?
Fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Cool, man. But that's about it, man. Anything else going on? We got shop finishers ripping and roaring. Got some new tees we've been selling.
Yeah, baby.
I have a competitor shirt on. It's not really smart.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, listen.
I
Try and
didn't mean
pick
to.
him up
I
as
didn't
a
mean to wear.
sponsor.
No.
Hey, listen. Some of the other
mess around.
schools. I mean, it's crazy. Me and JM are gonna be fine. You know, we set ourselves up all right, but you know, and I'm working angles, but. I mean, there's a lot of guys that literally just open martial arts schools, like Gabe, Thor, and then some of the smaller ones in our area. Who knows?
We had a conversation when this first hit, and you were like, it comes down to who wants their, and I believe you mentioned it too, it's who wants their business to stay open. You called it too. You're like, I'm going to out hustle people. I have friends that tattoo, and my buddy's just like, I'm now going to be traveling to places that will allow me to tattoo. My buddy is running a restaurant. He's been there every fucking day. He moved everything around. The numbers are starting to pick up, but he could have easily folded in and not been like, I lost everything, man. He's been fucking working the entire time.
Yeah, some people in situations like this, and you find out real quick where some people will just literally stay home and be like, I'm dying over here. I'm not doing nothing. Other people just taped up the windows and said, we're closed due to renovations. Come through the back.
Yeah.
You know, some people are doing that.
Did it suck for me in April? Yeah.
Yeah.
But so did all the hard work leading up to April.
I want to get my
folding up.
tattoos finished, dude. Plus, like, I am thinking about some of those guys. I also put up a thing. Any massage therapists out there?
Yeah, those
want to
people
come
are
down to the
fucked.
school or something?
I have so many
know?
friends that tattoo.
I mean, I'm sure we could probably put 5 or 6 people together if they want to do like 6 hours in a row, just breaking up myofascial release. You know what I'm saying? Some of that. Good stuff, because every other place is fucking closed. Every other place is closed.
I know people hitting people up to do haircuts at their house or whatnot. It's crazy. Like, just leave it up to somebody if they want to go get their fucking haircut.
Yeah, you got to do it at this point, man. So
maybe they don't want people getting haircuts at the hair salon anymore. You got to do it in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what they're doing. It's like, it's not going to go back. It's not going to go back. I'm telling you, there's not going to be like, oh, let's go back. There ain't. You got to attune. There's going to be places where it goes totally back, I guess, or they don't acknowledge it at all. Mm-hmm. Like I drive down some drives I've taken to like friends' houses and shit where like everything's open. Like there's places that are like rural communities that are all like thriving right now. Like farms are doing great. Like shit like that. That shit's open. Who's gonna tell a farmer not to be open right now?
Starbucks is open again.
Nice
spots.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, fuck Starbucks, dude. I'm not
just saying,
dude. I can't wait to support big business.
Motherfuck Starbucks, dude. But
I wasn't comparing it like I was glad they're open. I'm just saying like shit's opening.
Yeah.
Dude, farmers are killing it right now. I feel like there are a lot of people killing it right now. That's awesome, But like we gotta, some of the unnecessary shit probably is gonna go. The weird shit, if there's like bad standards or some shit, all that's gonna go away. No one's gonna go back. They're like talking contactless pizza. The pizza you're getting, they don't even want to. How do you make a pizza without touching it? You know what I mean?
Lying.
How do you make pizza without touching it?
You
lie.
Contactless pizza.
Yeah.
I guess once it's out the oven, no one touches it.
Yeah. I don't know. I want my pizza to have a little touch.
You have to touch it.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna. No one's gonna go back to be like, oh, is this the pizza that was been touched? Because I want the touched pizza.
People are supposed to wear gloves in the kitchen before all this
Well,
shit.
hey, if you get stuff from Domino's, because they're obviously communist, you might get touchless pizza. But I guarantee if you go to Lou's, though, if you go to Lou's, they're blowing cigarette smoke in your pizza, and that's what I want. I'll support Lou's. Or Big Woody's, you think they give a fuck? They didn't even change the sign. It's still the old Hollywood video sign. You know what I mean?
Move,
you think they're not touching the pizza?
It's so true.
You think they're not touching the pizza? Dude, one time I was there, I saw in the back, maybe probably a 400 or 500 pound guy sweating all over everything in a hot ass grill, and a pregnant woman making wings in the back of Woody's. That's the pizza and wings that I want.
Yeah.
All right. Because I'm an American.
I've worked in kitchens. It all goes down. Watch Bar Rescue.
What
once.
about that? Oh my God! Yeah, there's
life.
a horse in the bar. You ever hear that one?
Yeah, of course.
That also makes me feel good. And if you're,
on you. On you.
I think what time?
Fucking shame, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking
he
shame,
rides that
dude.
Catholic guild out on everything.
No wonder you're not making money.
There's a horse in the bar. Hey, if you, I guess we could end on this because this will make you feel good. But if you are a small business owner and you think you got it shitty right now or you're in the hole, just go back and watch a couple of seasons of Bar Rescue and you realize how stupid people are out there. Because some people don't deserve to be in business.
The pirate episode.
Yes.
That's the best
Dude,
one.
he come in and help you out. Well, some people would be like, so you mean to tell me that every month you're losing $15,000 to $20,000 and you put your grandmother in the hole for $450K and you're not worried about it and you're not even trying? And guys are like, well, you know what I mean? They have no idea what's going on.
They get out and then he goes, shame on you. You should be ashamed.
This chicken, like when he threw the guy's like, if he throws any of the food on the ground, it's going to be a fight. And he came in there and picked it up and he's like, and he just throws it on the ground.
That dude's a big dude, too.
John Taffer.
Yeah.
Look into that. He owns all the. I didn't realize
he
that.
Knows
but
all of his shit.
He owns all that shit. When he opens up another bar and they change it around, you like go into business with him.
Yes.
But he ain't paying for nothing. You know the company or however.
Yeah, they get all the
it.
sponsors and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's crazy when he comes in and
he builds you a business.
He builds you a business. He gets it back on track, and then like the other one where it was the pirate episode.
Yeah.
They were like. They wanted to play make-believe, and like he fixes their bar, makes it corporate because that's what's around him, and they're like, no, we want to serve grog again, and it was like her stupid boyfriend. They leave 2 months later, they turn it back into a pirate bar.
And then they're out of business. It's in Chicago.
And then they go out of business.
That was in the heart of Chicago.
Yeah.
They're like a pirate bar.
It's not even down by the beach. It's not in Ocean City, Maryland.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So go watch some Bar Rescue, guys.
Yeah, man.
And I got to go back and watch the Jordan documentary. I didn't watch that yet.
Ooh, it's getting so good. So good.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch it.
I don't mind being behind. I like binging that. I like watching 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah,
it's good.
that's cool. I do like that. So we'll get back to it, but check it out, finishersmma.com. Shop Finishers. We got DVDs, we got shirts, we got a lot of shit. So go on, check that shit out.
The puppy hoodie goes hard.
That
that's
puppy
funny.
hoodie. I was just messing with shit yesterday. So
That's funny.
just go Shop Finishers. Also, too, Grace Gundrum, if you go on her Instagram, she's selling some T-shirts and
I saw
stuff.
she's got the gear
so if you
now.
want some Double G Silent Assassin merch, hit that up. And believe me, guys, thank you. I know some stuff's taking a little bit longer because of COVID-19. But you will get your shit, don't worry. So, and we got new stuff coming. There's a box of shirts over at Thor's too. I got the Miami ones, like I said. Those are going out today too. So
My mom's like, where are those hoodies?
yeah,
She has like we were hoodies, so she busts my balls.
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
I'm like,
She-
I don't.
Yeah, Bryce
I don't
is
know.
Bryce is working on all that shit too. So shout out to Sharkface Apparel. If anybody wants to get any home mats, I got another big order with Fuji going. So if anybody wants a mat out their house, holla at your boy. We're gonna be getting those in soon too. Yeah, but other than that, life is good, man. We just make the best out of it. So, anything, guys?
Never Again Studio, all the podcasts. Jade Struck one did really well. I got the Moto Girl GT.
Nice.
Mike Henninger
Nice.
is coming out this week.
Counting.
He had I posted his thing. There was so much love from the jiu-jitsu community for that guy.
Yeah. Well, you know
Really?
what?
Yeah.
For Henninger, yeah, because he's Mike's the man, and he's been training forever.
Yeah.
And he helps everybody out, and he's such a good dude, and he
Hell yeah.
deserves a Medal of Honor from us because he's our accountant.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the
He's
fuck
gonna-
is
Medal
him.
of Freedom, dude.
We're
I just-
talking. We're talking. He wants to do his own show, so we're
should.
working that out. I'm gonna call him today.
We just dump papers on him, and we're just like this.
Mike, what is this?
Yeah,
I'm just like this.
I do the exact same thing.
Get me out of it.
He politely said that the
That's
three
what
of
I
us
was
are
saying.
annoying. He's like, you guys are the worst. You guys are the worst.
He's-
'Cause I'll
I'm
be
like, here
here's
you
an
go.
email, and he's like, he'll
What
email
the
me
fuck
back
is
and be
this?
like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's legal. And I'm just like, I don't know.
I like
He's
do a
he's
deal.
good.
I just
Good
do
dude.
deals and send it to him. Like, dude, did I? He's like, yeah, it looks good. Or, ooh, I don't.
Yeah, no,
But
he's
that's-
awesome. I mean, I've been talking to him about him trying to get into the business he's at and what we interviewed him about, and he just got T-shirts, and it's really cool. I mean, he's found his niche. He's supporting veterans. It was a really good interview.
Yeah, and a lot of there's a lot of guys at the school, and that's what's cool. There's so many. Shout out to everybody at Finishers MMA, 10 Planet B Town Squad, Finishers Fan, because there's so many guys that still are helping us out, and just guys that don't even train at our school, just buying gift certificates, buying T-shirts, buying shit that helps us out because they like the place, they support it, and then I'm trying to support all them. So if you guys got anything that you want to plug, or you want me to wear your T-shirt on this or whatever, just give it to me, or just tell me what it is, and we'll keep doing, because that's how our school is, like a little community, man. Everybody,
Yeah.
you've known so many people, like there's all these different little businesses that we have. People in restaurant, people are doctors, cops, all this different shit. Everybody helps each other out. So yeah, that's
always
one of the
point
things
that out.
Together, Ape Strong, dude.
that's what I miss the most out of it. You know what I mean?
You ever see Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, Planet of the Apes, dude.
Oh,
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I thought you said Gabe. I was like, what are you
No,
talking
Together,
about?
Ape Strong.
Yeah, Ape Strong, baby. You know what I mean? We're a bunch of gorillas out here. So that also pissed me off too. I got really sad because I kind of wanted the apes to win. I was rooting for
They
the
did
apes
win.
the whole time. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I'm on Team Ape, son. I'm also on Team fucking Jared, or what are those guys? Not Team Jared. God damn it. What's that movie? What's that show with the vampires? Team
Jacob.
Jacob.
Yes.
No, I'm the other guy. I'm the vampire.
The vampire. I'm glad I don't know it. I had to go to all those
Guys.
Twilight movies.
It's time to go.
I've also been watching Gilmore Girls. Guys,
It's time.
love you guys. All right, finishersmma.com, yourmama.com. Peace.
Peace.
I